The Whiskey Throttle Show, now available on the Spot Network, an independent, standalone streaming platform, live now on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Google Play, Android TV, most smart TVs, and all phones and tablets. Look for future live shows and specials only available on Spot Network. Download the app today on your favorite device.
Real quick about the Ricky signing thing, though, is, Honda's a big company, and Roger and I never really had approval to go down and sign him. I mean, we were working on the process, and then I went and asked Andre, and I said, I knew the window was closing, and we only had a couple days, right? Because he was going to sign with Yamaha, and I said, make me 3 contracts, because she had all the files. It wasn't done by legal at the time. And I said, I want this base salary and this bonus structure and this and this and then this. I had 3 contracts. And she goes, not that she cared, but she goes, do you have authorization to do this yet? And I'm like, I'm working on that. The details,
gray
right?
Area.
So she printed them all out. She loved it. We put them in there. So there was an AMA meeting going on. It was 2 days. So we were down there all day in one. And then at night, Roger had this Mercedes sedan. Back before there was Temecula and Marietta, and you could drive 130 miles an hour on the 15.
Yep.
We beelined it down to El Cajon, and we signed Roger up. Came back really late. I was sitting watching backwards in a sedan, and we were hauling ass to get down there. Right? I was looking at all the on ramps. So we get down there. Sign Ricky. I don't know which one I gave him. Probably he won the one with the biggest numbers.
No, I went with the smallest numbers, but the biggest numbers.
That's true for the escalation.
Yeah, if I could escalate it, I'm like, because me, I'm naive. I'm like, I could win. I'm going to win 2 championships per year. It was going to be to me. I'm like, okay, USGP, blah blah. Anyways,
so we go back to this, and these contracts are in my briefcase. We go back. We're in the AMA meeting, and early in the morning the next day, some Japanese guy calls Kenny Clark on the phone in the meeting, and there's 15 people around this meeting.
Oh, no.
And he gets up and he goes, Dave, can I talk to you? And I'm like, holy shit. So I go
Kenny
out.
Clark is the Yamaha team manager.
I go out in the hall, and he goes, I'm getting a call from corporate. There's a rumor that you guys signed, you Ricky Johnson last night. And I'm sweating, right? I'm sweating.
Were you friends with Kenny at the time?
Nobody was friends with Kenny.
We were competitors, and Honda, the culture, Honda and Yamaha did not get along, and we were the guys on the front line on that.
Yeah.
So then I said, yeah, we did that. He goes, well, it's not an authorized contract until it's signed by an officer of the company or a second, And I said, yeah, it's a done deal, right? It was they didn't even know about it, right? And so now I go, not only was that a lie, I had to go back to Honda the next day, and I'm like, holy shit, So I go up in the 4th floor. I'm waiting on the head Japanese guy.
Sweating bullets. I'm like,
blah, blah, blah. I'm stuttering,
I had a fake contract.
I'm stuttering. And so he comes in, I sit down, and I'm like, Dave, and I go, I lay it out what we did, and the guy's smart guy, right? He's the head dude, and he's shaking his head. The phone rings. It's Yamaha. And
while you're there?
While I'm there. Oh. And it's Yamaha, and he's like, yeah, shaky, being all polite, and he points to the phone. Ricky Johnson's on, It's Yamaha, being all polite. He hangs up the phone and goes, fuck that guy.
Is that right?
Swear. Signs it. I'm like, oh, God,
Oh, no, it went crazy because.
That's awesome.
Kel Carruthers, was running the road racing department for Yamaha, and so he was friends of ours, and I knew his daughter, and we all knew each other. Kel calls me and says, the president of Yamaha Japan just called me and said, you can have whatever you want. And it was too late. I didn't want it. You know what I mean? It was just wait, remember those forks that you wouldn't put on my bike because I needed them to win? And so that was. So thanks, Dave. I didn't know you were that far.
Sometimes it's not a clear-cut, deal. So
that took some balls. I mean,
I was sweating.
I can't imagine Honda.
The difference between then and now.
You spent their money without authorization.
Could not. I could barely squeak it through then. You would not be able to do that now.
Way.
You'd be out.
So that probably the call from it was probably the president in Japan called him. More than likely.
Could be, but the culture they were at each other's throats at that time. So fortunately, you had even the top guys. They were like trying to put the hurt on the other guys. So.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's so the competition and the hate for each other probably helped your cause.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yes, that's so great.
Thanks for watching the Whiskey Throttle Show. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell to get alerts for all the latest content. Follow us on Twitter at W_Throttle_Show and on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram at Whiskey Throttle Show.